The most awaited movie of the year.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Not the most awaited movie, but a movie that need no introduction is here. Disney's Snow White was surrounded in controversy over casting choices, portrayal of seven dwarfs, storyline changes, feuding stars, costly reshoot, political posturing, calls for boycott. I mean, you can make literally a documentary about this troubled production, and that would have been better. Anyways, let's get back to the business. Disney's Snow White is directed by Mark Webb and stars Rachel Zegler, Gal Gadot, and Andrew Burnap. And it's a classic tale of a princess whose charmed childhood being overtaken by her wicked stepmother, the evil queen. She somehow escapes into the woods, following the queen sentencing her to death. Later, she joins the forces with seven dwarfs to liberate the kingdom from her cruel stepmother. One issue is that the 1937 original was Walt Disney's first ever full-length animated film, and while parts of it have aged badly, it still stands up as an exquisite, heart-lifting masterpiece. But does the live-action Snow White holds up to the animated classic Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? No, it does not. The good news is, it is not the worst live-action movie. Story-wise, it is pretty much the same, with some minor changes here and there, which we're gonna talk in this review. First of all, Rachel Zegler, who created the worst publicity for Disney.
Weird.
She continues to prove that she's a good musical star. Yeah, she did portray a decent Snow White, because honestly, I did not care much that the casting of Snow White was not actually white. In an overlong opening sequence, we hear that the Snow White is not named after her skin color as the traditional story would have it, but she was named after a blizzard that was blowing when she was born. I know, it is not the most amazing story to name the Snow White, but
Well, that's just lazy writing.
once it was established, you can go along with the story. Perhaps the biggest departure from the 1937 original was the prince, because he's not there. The male lead here is a roguish bandit named Jonathan, and they first meet when he was stealing food from the queen, an interaction that lays groundwork for their relationship later on. And yes, he still get to do the controversial non-consent kiss once our Snow White was gone into her picturesque coma. Also, the middle portion of Snow White was actually good. When she was exploring the world outside of her kingdom, yep, you remember these guys? They are still there, but as bandits, which does create an unnecessary plot. Feels like the CGI dwarf were actually added later on after the controversy. Maybe the real story was supposed to be Snow White joining these bandits. I would never know, I'm just guessing. But the CGI created dwarfs have earned plenty of scorn already, and I wish I could say that they are not really bad on the big screen, but it was bad. We know that Disney movies are already CGI heavy, and creating some of the beloved characters CGI, it only gives the whole movie an artificial sheen. Watching a real Snow White dancing alongside the digital character takes us out of the magic. And you know what? This is where Wicked shines, creating realistic sets and characters that actually helps audience to connect. So yeah, real human actors could have put a soul into these characters. Gal Gadot got to portray one of the most iconic Disney's villains of all time. She was imposing enough, looking good in her dark, simmering gown, and she pulls off musical number with decent vocals. But ultimately, this villains fall flat because she was underwritten. This movie does not give her a lot of work with beyond the impressive costume and special effects. For an example, the Wicked Queen tries to kill the Snow White by getting huntsmen to stab her, and then tries again by feeding her a poisonous apple which has an antidote in the form of a true love's kiss, and then leaving the corpse in the company of people who loves her. It just doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's just lazy writing.
Anyways, a character that could have been something like Maleficent, which Angelina Jolie crushed, by the way, was wasted here. Overall, surprisingly, apart from Rachel Zegler, everything else in Snow White looks fake CGI or stiff. So the new Snow White failed in recapturing the magic of the classic movie and did not add anything significant new. My rating for the Snow White is 5 out of 10.
My dear, did I frighten you?
So guys, have you seen the movie? If you have, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and please do not forget to like and subscribe the channel.